Wow, that thing is nice. That's a cool little point there. Alrighty, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Last time we were down here, you can see the water on that brick. It was up, you can see about where it's changing colors. It was that high. We'd done some surface hunting. We didn't even really search the whole beach. We just surface hunted about half of it. And we found a lot of artifacts between the three of us. Rose found her first one, Douglas found a few, and I found a few. So it was a pretty good day, and I've been thinking about it a lot since. I've been wanting to get back down in here and see if we couldn't find more on that further stretch of beach down here. So we're gonna get walking, see if we can't find anything good. All right, we're not too far down the beach from where we were looking yesterday. I was eyeballing this spot here, a lot of fired rock falling out. This black line of sand. We're gonna sift it, see if we can't find anything good in these rocks. Alrighty, these rocks out. There's a little flint flake there. The top layer of this sand is frozen, so it's kind of rough. Piece of ice there. Oh, what's that? Hey, that's worked. Like you do, you can see on the side and bottom. I've been a little like a rounded triangle almost. It's worked on that side too. That's a shame. I bet that froze pop. We'll keep looking through here and see if we don't see the rest of it. I'm looking up in there with my hands. I found a little white piece of flint. I found my astrobula right along this root base, and I also found what I think the Baker's Creek made out of this stuff. So I'm just trying to keep my eyes peeled in here. There's a couple good things that popped out of right from under this tree. Got us, I think. Yep. A decent sized piece of pottery there. We found a little bit of stuff in here last couple months. It's falling out real good now. You can see where this layer is. The waves were hitting this top half and the bottom half was flooded. But let's see what this is first. Man, that almost looks worked, but it's like a sandstone. I'll take it home with me. But I've got a baby smoker down here. See it right there. I thought it was one of them piece of debitage for a minute, but then I noticed it was worked. Wow, that thing is nice. That's a cool little point there. That wouldn't have been uncovered yesterday, I don't think, not while we were down here. A couple other things down here too, little pieces of quartz. Chipped that. That's pretty cool. We'll have to nose around in here a little bit slower. That's 2 worked pieces for the day so far, so not doing too bad. If you live on the Ohio River in the mid-Ohio Valley or near it, it's a good time to get to a spot if you have one. Water's calm today. You see the sun just edging over. When that sun gets a certain height, that wind's going to pick up, and this is just going to wash and wash and wash. You would see it in that other video if you watch it where Rose found her first point. Those waves were coming up. Like I said, I think the line, the water stopped here. Those waves were washing all the way up there. And there's so much stuff that's just falling out right now. It's probably the best the river's been since last fall before the leaves started falling. So if you have a chance and you have a spot, get down to the river soon. Here's a beach I was curious to look. It's right by this big root. There's a fire pit under it, but I never found a few pieces of pottery and flakes in here. I'd really love on this piece of beach through here, it goes back that way, just about 50 yards. I'd love to find something in here one day and check this one off the list. So far it hasn't been, but we're hoping to see something soon. All right, I've showed you this before. You can kind of see it where it's falling out. It goes up here through here. When the mud's not on it, there's a big black seam of burnt embers. This is actually the first thing I've ever found in this fire pit. It's just laying right here, like a little preform. That's cool. I just was talking about how I'd like to find something worked on in here. I thought it was just a little ingot of flint, but then you could flip it right there and see that side work down. Just an unfinished artifact. So that's cool. We're kind of officially on the board in here. I'll take what I can get. A W is a W. All right, we're in unsearched territory since this water's going up and down. See a little bit of shell there. Little tiny piece of flint, but nothing big yet. I almost, right there, almost got water in my boots. I cross below that root base all the time. And it looked like there's about 6 inches of water in there. But it's got really, really, really deep mud. You can see that one's not so bad. Actually, it's dried up. It was actually, yeah, this one's come real close to the top of my boot. Had been a rough morning. I would have had to quit. We'll just go up over it. It's real easy to get up over. I've done it before. But new beach down through here. We haven't looked in a few weeks, so we'll get moving. Got a couple worked out pieces of flint in here. This is all kind of falling in from that flood. That's a nice thing about spring. You get one flood and stuff starts to fall. It gets a little muddy, but when water starts coming up and down and clearing stuff off, there's a lot of opportunity to find new stuff. Let's see what we got there. Nope, just a leaf. All right, we're gonna move on. Whew, a little tired. Catch my breath here. We have, oh man, just a massive heartbreaker. This thing would have been paper thin. It's split. It's the thinnest point I've ever seen in my life. But it's worked. Little side notch. Man, has me frustrated. I don't see any place where there'd be the remains of it. It was sticking out right there. I'm gonna crack that open and take a look at it in a minute, but I don't think there's gonna be anything in it. It was just kind of laying on it. That's a shame. All right, little piece here. Look at it. That's all I thought. I thought it was worked like this, but it's a busted off triangle point. Those two sides and bottom are all worked. Old Ford Ancient kind of looks like the way it's rounded on the bottom. Those points don't come out quite as much. Just a real crude one. That's pretty cool. We got a tree here that's adjusted from the high water, and it's putting out a lot of shell. You can see up through there. Under there's a shell, and there's some in the water. It's right beside where I found this triangle. You can look out here. Rocks in the water. I see something here. I don't know if it's anything or not. Ah, it's a worked that piece. I can't say anything special. Looks like it may have been. That's just a fracture. But you'll find all kinds of stuff down in here. This would be a good place to sift. I'm a little tuckered out. I don't know if I'm going to do another sift today, unless I see somewhere absolutely phenomenal. I'll tell you right now, that spot right through there where that tree shifted, it's going to be a good spot in the future. I haven't looked down on this side. We walked up and over and found lots of debitage, and there's shells out everywhere. I don't think I see too much down on this side though. A little mudded in. It'll clear off and there'll be some stuff in here for sure. Found an old crankbait, but it's been down here a while. It's all rusted. I'm just running into mud now. Getting rough to walk. I might turn around. Getting tired here. We're on the walk back. I'll tell you what, if it wasn't for that single sift where I found a point, I wish I wouldn't have brought this, because I've only used it that one time. But we batted 1,000 with it today. We're on our walk back right now. We're done. We're just hoping to see something on the way back to the truck. All right, this was a pretty good hunt too. Here's the last hunt we went on. And that's all of the good stuff that the kids found. Rosie's first point there. But today's hunt was pretty good. Not as good as that one. But I wanted to showcase this stuff. For the next few videos, we're just going to kind of slowly add to this line here, because we've been going down into our same bread and butter spot since the water went down. We've been finding a lot of stuff. So, got a big pile of flint. Got a piece I thought was like a worked notch, but I don't think it is. It's a big what if. Sometimes stuff happens and just breaks real conveniently. It's the kind of similar to pareidolia, only instead of faces, your mind sees an artifact. So, got a couple pieces of cord marked pottery, and then there's a fire pit that we look at all the time when we walk by, and we just kind of observe it. I got some wood out of it to carbon date, but there's a worked line on that there. I think that's the start of a preform. So that was pretty cool. And then we found these 3 little points here. This one here kind of has some rounded sides, almost like a, not like a pentagon, but comes up curved, and then it's worked on the bottom. And then a couple triangles. A little traditional, kind of a crude Ford Ancient. I think that's a Ford Ancient too. I'll have to look in the books. I never found one of those tall, skinny ones like that. I think that's another little Ford Ancient there. But we're going to add it to the line here with the other stuff. Maybe we'll start down here. That's not bad. We're going to get down in there a few more times this week before we call it quits. So hopefully we'll make a nice little row. Maybe a third one down here, some more artifacts. I appreciate everybody watching. If you guys like the video, subscribe, like everything. Let us know in the comments what you think. We really appreciate it. Have a good one.